But here we are in Monroe, and a very, very long exit here, and there is a car coming. Whoa. Okay, well, okay, oops. Hi, I'm Patrick, and in this video, I'm back here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where I've just picked up a trailer that is not forklifts, they're clamshell buckets, and they're headed up to Monroe. So let's get started. Starting the day with that message. Yes, I know I put my foot on the brake before I started the engine. Oh, I don't need to be told about it because I knew I did it. And I will be going across the scale here before I leave the whatever this place is. Let them see how much the clamshell buckets weigh, and off I go. Someday I probably ought to go straight and see where that road goes. Not today, though. Yep, today we're going to Monroe, and this job is paying, I think, $1,000. So even though it's going to take quite a bit of time, I'll probably only be able to do one other job today. Well, I'll already have plenty for today's loan, so not too bad of a deal. I know I kind of go back and forth between doing a couple high-paying jobs and then that take me all over the place, and then doing several smaller paying jobs but staying pretty close. I kind of flip-flop between which one of those strategies I'm going to use, but when I saw that this just had to go up to Monroe and is over $1,000, I had to take it. And over there is one of those road trip gas stations. You know, what's interesting is those were announced, I'm pretty sure, as being part of 1.58, but they definitely started showing up in the map before 1.58 was officially released back when it was still in 1.57. So sometimes the updates to the map get put into the public before I think they're necessarily announced or supposed to be announced. I have to yield to that truck right there. There's a crop duster that's pretty much always flying around up here. I think this is a rice field, but I'm not completely sure about that. I know they grow a lot of rice in Louisiana and Arkansas both. And we're also going to meet a train up here. Looks like a car carrier. Yeah, I took a screenshot and I thought I headed back in drive before I rejoined the game, but well, apparently not. I don't know if you could hear that in the video, but there was some more of that wildlife squawking in the swamp there. Another road trip gas station. Okay, the speed limit's 45. There's no reason to be slowing down this much, Mr. Truck Driver. I'm assuming, Mr. I don't know, I couldn't see. Seriously, why are we going 41 in a 45 across this bridge? It's a very tall bridge. That one is set up for road trip, for cars to use. Looks like we got a, well, no, we just got some cars over there on the side. Okay, the speed limit finally went back up to 55 and now it's dropping down to 35. That's great. Turn up here. Right here. I didn't realize how close that turn was. Even though the light turned green, I always check to make sure somebody's not going to run it. That's a safety tip for you in real life. If you don't know, you probably ought to check, because some people just aren't that good at driving, and it doesn't matter how good you are if somebody else is terrible and they hit you. Oh, sure, it may be their fault and maybe they even have to pay for it. But, yeah, while you're waiting for them to pay for it, you're not going to have a car. Now, maybe their insurance will pay for you to rent a car for a few days, but that seems like a lot of trouble. But if you're injured, make them deal with her. Is a real-world billboard from the Real Companies mod, or is that fictional from the game? Not really sure about that. At the time and the estimated time of... Come on. Okay. Time and the estimated arrival time. It's going to be right around the time the loan payment comes out when I get this dropped off. I may actually get this load finished and pay before that happens. I'm not sure. Either way, it's going to be probably one before I can take another load somewhere, so that'll leave quite a bit of time left to do another job. But it will have to be a pretty short job. And I really don't know how many jobs there are within Monroe. It's not like New Orleans where you can get jobs back and forth across the city. Monroe's quite a bit smaller than New Orleans, of course. I'm guessing. I really don't know that for sure. But I would imagine. Being that New Orleans is the one of the major ports on the Mississippi and on the Gulf. Oh, by the way, I did remove the realistic brutal weather mod. So all the weather that we see is going to be completely base game weather, and this. Yeah. You probably should have had your turn signal on. lot earlier. That way I would have known that I needed to go around. Very annoying when people just randomly decide to... Was that a brake check? No, it wasn't a brake check. They were slowing down to make their turn. They just didn't have their turn signal on. Gotta have your blinker on. But here we are in Monroe, and a very, very long exit here, and there is a car coming. Whoa. Okay, well, okay, oops. There is a car coming back there, but it's way back. It's getting closer every second. Hey, the car behind me came out too. I didn't hit the light pole. I know you're still thinking about that, and I kind of ignored it, but I didn't hit it. So let's just keep going and forget that ever happened. You know, the last time I came through here, I was about to mention how it would feel if you lived in one of those houses that is basically right underneath the highway. Imagine having semi-trucks and cars and all kinds of vehicles going by all the time, flying down the highway, just right above your roof. You know, no amount of head tracking or extra monitors, and I'm guessing even no amount of 3D headsets will ever really make you feel like you're inside a truck as far as being able to turn and see what's behind you. But right now, let's see where to park. Okay, this is a regular parking spot for me, so I have gone that direction, but this time I'm going to go this way because last time it seemed to work okay for me. I think the rear wheel on the trailer might have... Wait a second. Has something changed here? Let me check something. Okay, something has changed here, and I don't know what. But this isn't like I remember it, because I could drive where that forklift... Oh, the forklift. After all the forklifts I towed around this game, the forklift is in the way. No, that whole conveyor system wasn't there. Something has changed. Now I wonder if it's just this one? Because this is... like, there is no way to park there without a blind turn. And I hate to lose the XP points, but I don't think I'm qualified for this. And I sure can't rely on head tracking. Okay. I think I may actually do this. That was close. I put a box under my front tire. Okay, I may have just no? Okay, first of all, I didn't get a fine, so I don't think I actually hit the trailer. Probably because I, drove them there. Yeah, now I'm getting a hint that I need to let the game park this thing for me. And now I'm just annoyed. There's a pile of junk right there that the trailer keeps getting hung up on. That is very annoying. Yeah, and yeah, there goes the loan. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, that was not the best parking ever. This is the kind of parking that you come to watch. So let's see what we get. Other than, I'm sure, millions of views for that terrible parking. Okay, well, and the XP bar turned blue, so you can't. If you weren't paying attention when it started moving, you don't know where it started at. But that was a pretty good increase in XP. Over $1,000, so that covered the loan I just made. Let me find another job. I'll be right back. All right. Well, I only had to go right across the railroad tracks to pick up these large pipes that are heading down to Lafayette. And this job is paying $600, so not a bad job, and that'll put me over $1,600 for the day. So let's get back on the road. Yeah, there was a pretty good paying job taking forklifts to Baton Rouge. I turned that job down. No more forklifts for, well, at least for today. Maybe tomorrow? I don't know. Didn't quite make that one. I probably could have anyway, but I just didn't feel like risking the ticket with the police officer right there looking at me. Now, looking at my fuel gauge, you'll see it's right on the halfway mark. So, no need to fill up here. I might need to fill up after this job or before I start on Wednesday. I'm not sure. And of course, Wednesday will be Wednesday in game, and it will be Friday of this week. Because that's never complicated or confusing. It's an older pickup truck there. Pretty sure that's a base game AI vehicle. You know, since 1.57 came out, some of the things that I haven't seen very often are, I haven't seen the street cam view car, or the street view cam car, whichever one, filling stations. Why am I getting these hints? Anyway, there's a troll car or SUV. Looks like a Suburban doing radar, probably. But anyway, I haven't seen the street cam view car, and I haven't seen the well, no, that's the only one I haven't seen since, I think 1.57. Until the other day, I finally saw one down in Cameron, Louisiana. Dropped the cruise control down to 69. Just 4 over the limit. But something else I saw down in Cameron, Louisiana the other day was saw a one of those new muscle car classic cars that they added to the AI traffic, or at least I think so. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was not part of any of the traffic mods I have, which is basically, I think for cars and pickup trucks would only be the Need for Speed pack, and that was not a branded car, so that wouldn't have been in that pack. And I don't know why it would be in the real company's mods. The real companies, gas stations, billboards, all the signs, all those things. I don't think they would have had a debranded muscle car. I just realized I was really speeding there, and really lucky I didn't get caught. Whoa, the Dream Burger just turned into something else there. Good old render distance. I have all of those things set to their default settings as far as I know. I just went into graphics and set it to ultra and just went with it. There was actually an option for about a $300 job that would have been just across Monroe, but I was thinking, if I take a couple of jobs like that, it'll add up to 600, but it'll probably take just as much, if not more time, to just, as if I just did one job to Lafayette. So, well, that's what I went with, was just the one job for 600. And the speed limit dropped to 50 before I could even get up to 55, so. I guess I didn't have to do that, but oh well, I've already done it, and I'm speeding again. Yeah, that car slowed down to let me by. As they should. So I haven't looked at my current bank account level since I started the day. I would have to completely exit out of the game to do that, which actually, now that I think about it, I need a screenshot. So this job this job will actually put me at exactly $5,700 in the bank account, so doing pretty well for the day. Hoping that this week I can actually finish with a pretty good amount in the bank. It would be nice if I eventually could actually pay off the loan early. I don't know if that'll happen, but as you can see, this isn't a World of Trucks job because I'm obviously going. Well, I got the cruise set to 79 and the speed limit 75. I'll definitely need to fill up with diesel before I start the day for Wednesday. But I should make it to Lafayette with plenty of fuel left. Truck kind of wobbled there in that turn. I'm not getting off the interstate or highway or whatever this is here, so I'm just going to stay in the left lane, but that may be a mistake. I'm not sure which side. I'm pretty sure it'll be on the right though. Yeah, looking down there at the sat nav box, the GPS looks like it's going to be on the right. But I'd made up enough space to get on over. Now up here on the right, you'll see a yellow dumpster. Yeah, right there, see the box going in? There's a guy on the other side of that dumpster that, as we know, is always there throwing boxes in that dumpster. Like, that guy has, head tracking is a little unstable. It's zoomed in. But, yeah, that guy has an infinite number of boxes. And that dumpster obviously has Time Lord technology because it's bigger on the inside and can hold an infinite number of boxes. So, don't feel bad for him. He's computer generated. Save your sympathy for the people in the real world that have to dump boxes in dumpsters all day. All right, well, I didn't quite cover as much distance in this job as I did the first one, so the XP will probably not be as good. No, the pay isn't going to be as good, but it should be pretty close on the XP. Which is another nice thing about these longer jobs is the XP comes in with miles, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, there's one of those ugly yellow lights. I don't think I should cut through there. That's a pretty good little drop off. So I'll go the way I'm supposed to. Let's see where to park. Well, that's not bad. I think there's plenty of room to pull forward and back straight in. Just don't run over the guy with the wheelbarrow. Guess they're going to drag these things off the trailer and right onto the loading dock. So let's see what we get. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. You know, I usually cut situations like this out, but just so you know, I actually do this about once every day. Yeah. What it is in the, oh, I had trailer damage? Well, that's not good. Okay. So what it is I switch between jobs. Oh, let's see what we get. I switch between profiles that I do and don't have my own trailer, and when you have your own trailer, you just push enter, and when you don't have your own trailer, you have to drop off the trailer. But anyway, all right. So there we go. $5,700 in the account now. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.